Did you know, on average, 1 in 4 adults report having at least one concussion in their lifetime? Even more shocking, the Concussion Legacy Foundation found that only 5% of young adults report going to the ER after suffering a head injury. My name is Austin Brooks, and I'm here to inform on the topic of concussions and the dangers of CTE. Today we will be looking at what causes a concussion and the significance of getting one, as well as the major disease that is associated with concussions, CTE. Our brain's health is the most important aspect of our lives. As most of us know, without proper brain function, we are unable to complete the most meaningless tasks, as well as the tasks that we love. Therefore, concussions and the development of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, should be taken seriously. So why do I care so much about this topic? Well, I became interested in concussions after being diagnosed with one at the age of 13. I went on to suffer 3 more diagnosed concussions and as many as 2 more undiagnosed by the end of high school. Due to playing football for 12 years, I acquired these head injuries and a concern for other players' safety as well as my own. My goal is to educate my fellow classmates and other athletes of the dangers associated with concussions and the development of CTE. So let's look at 3 main points: the dangers of concussions, the importance of diagnosis, and the possible end result of CTE. Let's begin with the dangers of getting a concussion. What is a concussion? According to the CDC, a concussion occurs when the brain moves rapidly back and forth, possibly striking the skull. This type of movement can cause damage to the brain, resulting in a concussion. Usually, concussions occur during sporting events, military involvement, or car accidents, but any head trauma can cause a concussion. Here are some symptoms associated with a concussion: headaches, blackouts, fatigue, poor balance, nausea or vomiting, sleepiness, amnesia or confusion, irritability, and sensitivity to light, among more. According to Greta Jochum, nearly 20% of young adults report having been diagnosed with at least one concussion. It is important to acknowledge the symptoms and act immediately. So, you've suffered a head injury. You have one of these symptoms that we just talked about, and you suspect that you may have a concussion. What should you do? You should go directly to the ER or schedule an appointment with your doctor immediately. In a study conducted by scholars in the field, Collins, Meehan, Maxon, and O'Brien, 486 patients that had competed in athletic events were polled about concussions. Of the 486, 148, or just over 30%, reported having an undiagnosed concussion. Health problems can arise when concussions go undiagnosed. They can lead to severe physical and mental deficits and can even lead to comas. It is reported that sleeping after a head injury is the worst thing to do. The reason is that the trauma that was suffered can cause the body to go into a coma. Alright, you've been diagnosed and your symptoms have subsided. Why should you continue to care about concussions and multiple head traumas? The short answer is CTE. In CTE, a protein called tau forms clumps that slowly migrate throughout the brain, killing brain cells. Unfortunately, CTE cannot be diagnosed until after death, but health professionals have been able to identify some symptoms of CTE in the living. These symptoms include impulsive behavior, depression, short-term memory loss, difficulty thinking, emotional instability, substance abuse, and even suicidal thoughts or behaviors. Though CTE sounds scary, remember, CTE is caused from multiple head traumas. This is why it is always good to be safe and educated about head injuries. We've made it. Let's review about concussions and CTE. What can we do? We can limit physical activities that may cause head traumas. We can become informed and act if you or someone you know has symptoms of a concussion. Remember, multiple concussions can cause serious problems. They can cause long-term health effects, so always get them diagnosed. Head injuries are no laughing matter. It is incredibly important to maintain brain health. So, the next time you have an accident or injury that results in head trauma, be aware and always get checked by a physician.